Welcome back. And in our sports news, South Africa's big match experience will be a contributing factor to whether they win or lose their Rugby World Cup quarter-final against Australia, flanker Schalk said on Wednesday. Both teams braved a chilly and wet day to train in two cities within 15 minutes drive of central Wellington, the venue for Sunday's showdown. Berger was confident that whatever the outcome of the quarter-final, the age of the box will be raised in one way or another.
Well, I don't think we're at a stage of the competition where you're going to change much. So basics is obviously very important. It looks like the weather's going to be all right. So if we were playing today, I suppose our tactics would have been quite different. But the Wallabies are a fantastic side, and they've had a good year so far. So it's going to be a tough one.
Meanwhile, Robbie Dean's team also trained on Wednesday, and defence is sure to be a focus for the Australians in the build-up to the test. And utility back Adam Ashley Cooper said breaking down the Springboks' often staunch defensive line would be important.
I think just our tries against the Springbok have just come off some great shape and just some execution. So I think their defence is pretty consistent throughout the year. It's a great D-line. We just have to have that focus of running square and hopefully getting over that advantage line.
NBA owners and players could not reach agreement in a collective bargaining session on Tuesday, with both sides not being able to agree on revenue distribution, among other issues. Training camps were supposed to open on Monday, and 43 pre-season games had already been cancelled. Immediately after the talks, the NBA announced in an email that it had cancelled the entire 114-game pre-season schedule. In a news conference, League Commissioner David Stern said the first 2 weeks of the season would be cancelled if a new labour agreement is not reached with players by October the 10th. The two sides could not reach an agreement over basketball-related income, which is set at 57% for the players in the previous collective bargaining agreement. The lockout that started in July has cost the NBA around $200 million in revenue.
Today was not the day for us to get this done. We were not able to get close enough to close the gap for what would be the future collective bargaining agreement to be something that's fair and amenable to all of our players, not just today but going forward.
Europe's highest court ruled on Tuesday that sports fans can turn to cheaper foreign TV services to watch live matches, in what could be a huge change to the way lucrative broadcast rights are sold around the world. The legal case was launched by Karen Murphy, a landlady in the English South Coast town of Portsmouth, who was fined for screening live English Premier League matches via a Greek pay-TV decoder. The court's opinion centred on whether a rights holder, such as the Premier League, could licence its content on a country-by-country basis, which allows it to maximise the value of its rights. The ruling said, however, that the screening in a pub of football match broadcasts containing protected works required the authorisation of the author of those works. The New York Red Bulls shut out Los Angeles Galaxy 2-0, putting an end to Galaxy's 4-game win streak on Tuesday. The high-profile contest featured Red Bulls team captain Thierry Henry, providing much of the scoring momentum for a team which is poised to gain an NMLS wildcard playoff berth. The Red Bulls scored in the 32nd minute after a corner kick from the far side was headed by Tim Ream and blocked by Galaxy goalkeeper Donovan Ricketts. Luke Rogers picked up the rebound and volleyed the ball into the goal. Henry added a second Red Bulls goal in the 59th minute, running into a ball from Rafa Marquez. Henry is now tied for the league lead in scoring with 14 goals on the year, equalising former teammate Dwayne De Rosario of DC United. The IAAF Evaluation Commission is impressed by London's bid for the 2017 Athletics World Championships after a 2-day visit to the UK capital, and there are no concerns over Tottenham Hotspur's claim on the Olympic Stadium. The Evaluation Commission of the World Athletics governing body flew straight to other 2017 bidder Doha, having been impressed by the UK's capital city, which plans to use the Olympic Stadium from the 2012 Games in 6 years' time. The athletics track was was laid at the stadium on Monday, but a row had threatened its existence after the Olympics, after Premier League football club Tottenham Hotspurs seeking a judicial review on the decision to grant West Ham United the use of the stadium. Hirsch told reporters he had been concerned about the issue before the visit, but that they were satisfied with the assurances.
It's really important that London presents its case as well as it can, with all the clear and attendant advantages of bringing a World Athletics Championship into a city with a global reach that is unsurpassed and a sponsorship market that is preeminent. And we need just to focus on exactly what it is that we need to say, why we want to bring the Games here and how we're going to do it.
Well, that's your sport roundup for the day. Finally this evening, a prominent old world collection of imperial ceramics fetched $72 million at a Sotheby's Hong Kong sale on Wednesday, with an early Ming cobalt blue Maping vase going for a record $21.6 million. The Mei Yin Tang collection is a unique, respected assembly of Chinese porcelain collected over nearly half a century by Swiss tycoons, the Zulig brothers. The bidding was strong for the sublime blue and white Maping vase of fruit sprays from the Ming-Yongle period that went for $21.6 million to a telephone bidder after a tense 10-minute bidding bait, a world record at any auction for a piece of Chinese Ming porcelain. A Famille Rose peach vase managed to fetch $11.6 million in another notable result. And with that, let's take a look at the local and international weather forecast for tomorrow. And before we head out, here are the top stories again. Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi and King of Spain launch world's first 24-hour solar power plant. Central Bank assures local UAE banks of aftershocks from Europe. And Thai floods kill 244 and inundate World Heritage Site. Well, that brings us to the end of the bulletin. If you'd like to get in touch with us, you can write to us at news@city7tv.com or by calling us on 04 367 2230. From the entire news team, it's goodbye for now.